Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Katlea de la Cruz, and I'm with Marcus Churi. We would like to welcome you to Arcgis Apps in Action, Getting Up Close with the BIG4. So our goal for this session is to share the Arcgis music with you. You may have already noticed that Arcgis comes with lots of apps, and many of you are already using them to better serve your customers. Through these apps, geography is bringing people from all across organizations. Esri provides a symphony of apps so that you can engage your organization's musicians. These are your field workers, your administrators, your executives, even your stakeholders in connecting and collaborating information. So as you know, when a single instrument can produce a beautiful sound, but when you play two or more instruments together, you create harmony. You create a much more magical experience, just like using Arcgis Symphony of Apps. So let's take a look on how these apps work together in harmony. So one exceptional quality about Arcgis apps is that it supports workflows. The design is not just for you to have a cool app, but to connect this app in a workflow environment. Arcgis app is grouped into three families. We have apps for the field, apps for the office, and apps for the community. The first set of apps is for the field, and we all know that field operations involve a lot of integrated activities. Arcgis provides a unified workflow so that everyone is working with the same data in real time. It's a very powerful suite of apps that will help you reduce your paperwork, maybe replace your outdated workflow, and then make a smarter decision. The next set of apps is apps for the office. This will provide a quality analysis and timely decision making. For example, if you need a professional GIS application, you have ArcGIS Pro or ArcMap to help you build the highest quality info products and advanced GIS analysis. ArcGIS apps for the office also includes lightweight apps so that you can visualize your data in 2D and in 3D data formats. You can also monitor operational data in a dashboard. Okay, if you want to analyze data in addition to these apps, we also have exciting apps like Insights for ArcGIS. If you are a city planner or maybe a 3D artist, you can model cities or even design the entire world with the use of GeoPlanner and City Engine. So with ArcGIS apps for the office, this will enable everyone to see and understand data in a geographic context. The next in our application family is apps for the community. And we all want our community to come together, accessing the same information and collaborating. With GIS, sharing information is important both within the community and in the entire world. You can actually do this with the use of story maps and configurable apps. We also have a number of apps like photo survey so that you can crowdsource information for the from the community quickly and easily. Okay, so as I've mentioned earlier, ArcGIS apps favors a workflow environment. Let us show you how these apps work together. Okay, the first app that we would like to show you is Workforce for ArcGIS. This is Workforce for ArcGIS Dispatcher View. So as a dispatcher, I want to focus on certain areas. First is the map, where I can see the location of all of my assets. So for example, what I have here is the list of hawker centers in Singapore. I want each and every stall to be inspected, and my inspector will grade them accordingly. I can also see the list of assignments I have created for this project. I can sort them based on their status, their due date, their priority. You can also see the list of your workers or assignee, and then sort them based on their importance. It is very easy to create a new assignment. You can just click the Identify tool, select on the location, select the features that you want to create assignment, and then click the Create Assignment button. Select the assignment type. You no longer need to select the location since I've already used the identify tool. Click the assignee or the worker that you want to assign this task. Set the priority. Set the due date. And if you have a time-sensitive data, you can also set the time. If you have a third-party system that will generate a work order ID, you can also integrate it with Workforce. Type the description. Optionally, you can also add attachment and then click the Create Assignment. So now that we have assigned this task, let's see how Marcus will work on his mobile apps as our field worker.
Okay, thank you, Catallayer. So upon receiving the assignment from Catallayer, I can see that it's updated here on my to-do list. So I'll go ahead and select my assignment. So upon selecting, I can review the details of this assignment, and I'll be going ahead to start my assignment. Once the assignment is started, I can use my menus options over here, where navigate is for navigator for ArcGIS, collect for collector for ArcGIS, and survey for survey 1, 2, 3 for ArcGIS. Here I can see how my apps are seamlessly integrated together. So to start my task, I first need to navigate to my destination. So I'll select my navigate to assignment, and I'll be redirected to my navigator for ArcGIS interface. Over here, I can review the route, view the direction details, and review any specific waypoints. So in this case, let's assume that we have arrived at our destination. Upon arrival, I'll head right back to my workforce, where I can use my other menu options. So here, I'll be using my collector for ArcGIS to do the inspection. So here you can see the details. Oh, sorry. You can go back to the map. Let's get that. Okay. So here's the point. So once I've received the assignment and I've arrived at my destination, I can go ahead and select my point and view the details. So here I can click on the inspection grade survey form to redirect to my survey 1, 2, 3. And here I can proceed with my inspection and collect the data on site. So here I'll just put some demonstration data. The inspector is me, and the inspection is done. Here I can proceed to send my survey, and once the survey is successfully submitted, I'll be redirected to the home page. Here I can go back to my workforce and go ahead to press finish on my task. So once the task is completed, we can see that my to-do list is updated. And here to review my completed task, I can switch to the completed view and review the task. So now back to you, Catallayer.
Thanks, Marcus. So what you have seen so far is Workforce for ArcGIS. Marcus also showed Workforce in his mobile, Navigator for ArcGIS, Collector, and then Survey 1, 2, 3. For our final app, we would like to show you Operations Dashboard for ArcGIS. So this is a great tool that your management or administrator can use so that they can view or inspect the progress of a specific project or assignment. There are several widgets that is ready to use. You can set them up based on their preference. For example, aside from the map, they can see the assignment status. They can also see the list of their workers if they're currently working or not working at the moment. List of assignments, also the list of assets. So this is a quick and simple tool to put together so that your management can see the progress of a specific project or assignment. Okay, so you have seen that Arcgis apps work so well in a workflow environment. Here is the high-level diagram that illustrates the field operation workflow. And as you can see, for each and every stage, there is an Arcgis app that is specialized for that particular type of task. In the demo, we have used Workforce for our GIS as a dispatcher. I have assigned task to Marcus. Marcus also used Workforce for our GIS, which enables your field worker to stay organized and productive. It is then integrated to Navigator for our GIS, whereby you can use the most efficient route to get you to the right location. Another is Collector for ArcGIS, also integrated inside the workforce so that you can gather map-centric field data, whether you are online or disconnected, and then Survey 123 so that you can enter data or information using a smart form. Lastly, back to the office where your managers or your administrators can use operations dashboard to monitor assignment and worker status. Okay, there are some cases or instances that your users just wants to view or inspect the data. What we have here is Arcgis Earth. It's free and it's a lightweight app where you can view both 2D and 3D data. Marcus would like to quickly show us some of its capabilities and some of its cool features.
Welcome to Arcgis Earth. So here we can see our familiar selection of base maps and users can easily toggle between them. So over here I'm going to demonstrate how we can add some of our own base maps or community generated base maps on Arcgis Earth. So in this instance, let me switch to Arcgis Online and search for a community base map. So here you can see some of the base maps that the community has created. So I'm going to go ahead and select one. And here we go. So it's that easy to add a community base map, visualize and interact with the base map. We can always use the home button and the north button to realign our view. Next, I'll be switching back to the topographic base map for greater clarity, as I'll be demonstrating how we can add 3D data in Arcgis Earth. So to add 3D data, we can use the Add Data widget over here, go over to Add Files, and select Files. Here we have some sample data, so I'm going to go ahead and add the Honling complex data first. In this case, this data has location details available, thereby my view is redirected to the location of the model, where I can interact with the model. So here, I can use Pan, Zoom, and Rotate to interact with my model. Another way we can add data is simply by dragging and dropping. So here, let's add the Singapore Flyer 3D data onto Arcgis Earth. So here I'm just going to drag and drop. And I can see that my map extent is automatically adjusted to the location of the model because this model has location data available. So here once again we can rotate, pan, and zoom to interact with our 3D model. So here, we can actually simulate a view from the Singapore Flyer on Arcgis Earth. In some instances, the location data may not be available within the 3D model. So in this instance, we have Buntong view. So I'm going to go ahead and add the 3D model. Zoom in. So you can see that Buntong view shouldn't exist over here. So some of the features in Arcgis Earth is that if it's minor adjustments, you can always use the rotate and move tool simply by double clicking, and we can adjust the model. However, in this case, we have the specific position data available. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the specific data. So once the data is in, just press enter, and the model is automatically adjusted to the correct position. So let's review the model. So as you can see here, the model is in its correct position. So we can rotate, pan, and zoom. And this concludes our demonstration for Arcgis Earth. So back to you, Catalea.
Thanks, Marcus. Please download Arcgis Earth. It's totally free. It's very easy to use. There are some models you can download in the internet and then drop it here and try to explore its possibilities. Okay, so aside from the apps that we have showed you and the apps that you can build, Arcgis comes with hundreds of open source apps that can deliver industry-specific solutions to you, your partners, and your customers. And before we let you go on this session, we would like you to remember that when you bring apps together to solve problem, when you bring people together from different parts of your organization, you can help everyone be more effective and efficient, and together we can help create a better world. Thank you so much for attending this session. This is our solution mix, all the apps that we have used. Our resources, you can take a look at it, see some tutorials on the apps that we have showed you and where the data came from. This is our upcoming trainings related to Arcgis apps. You can also visit esrisingapore.com/training course schedule to see what's the next training schedule. Yep. Questions if you have.
Any questions? Okay, I have a question for the both of them. What mobile platforms are supported for Workforce?
Okay, so we have shown you Workforce working in the desktop. Marcus showed you Workforce also in the mobile. It's actually working both in iOS and Android.
Okay.
For iOS, it's only working in iPhone X. So no, I'm kidding. You can use iOS and Android. Yep.
Okay, that's a question over there.
This is a quick question. I would like to ask if the Arcgis Earth supports CDGML format.
Not at the moment. Maybe we can suggest it to Esri and then soon, probably in the next release.
Okay. So there's actually many different ways that we can convert CDGML to other
Yeah.
kinds of format as well.
Because the 3D is actually in the new release. It's in the 1.6. So this feature to view your 3D data, it's actually new in Arcgis Earth. So maybe they keep adding more.